at the West Coast Conference Tournament. Again, if you're just joining us, alongside Kristen Kozlowski, I'm Spencer Linton. 4 games featured on the WCC network today. Ladies, with the first 2, the men, BYU and LMU will tip off later tonight in the primetime spotlight. Santa Clara basketball off the opening tip. Here is Van Allen driving right side, quickly getting to a floater with the right hand, and the scoring has begun very early for one of the best scorers in the entire conference of Van Allen. There is a turnover as the Broncos get back on defense. They're going to need to do so against the high pace and frenetic pace, for that matter, of San Diego.
Gorman has drawn that toughest defensive assignment of the game to stay in front of Van Allen. We saw right there, she just demands all the attention. The defense will rotate. She still can score high, but...
Well, Hollingsworth scored, but is whistled for an offensive foul. And incidentally, it was Hollingsworth who made a tough bucket early in the game yesterday. Thought it should have counted, but was called for an offensive foul. So a very similar start to both of the games here in Vegas for Lana Hollingsworth.
Jordan Edwards in position to take that charge. And Hollingsworth was a player that got into some foul trouble yesterday. Can't afford to do that in this game. She needs to be on the court, brings that energy, that vocal leadership out there for Bill Carr's clubs.
Oakrey, guarded by Hollingsworth, off the screen of Kendall Bird. Here is Edwards. To the corner for Oakrey. Gets to the short corner left, has her shot partially blocked, gathers, and it never touched the rim, so a shot clock violation. How about the Broncos with a little defense?
Executing and not bailing out the shooter right when Oakrey didn't have the best look. They didn't bail her out with a foul and just went straight up and forcing the turnover, that shot clock violation.
Hiraki across the timeline. Edwards on her. Veal with enough space for a 3. Rims off, hits the top of the backboard, and falls to Oakrey for the rebound.
Outstanding box out from San Diego. And talking to Cindy Fisher, she said rebounds are going to play a big role in this one, keeping them off the glass, but creating extra opportunities for ourselves.
First 2 up and down, courtesy of Sydney Hunter. Another experienced player for Cindy Fisher's team, makes it 2-2.
How about the game of Sydney Hunter lately? She's averaging close to 18 points per game in the last 9 games and just has really elevated her offensive output.
Hollingsworth cut off by Oakrey. Now using the screen, creates some space. Hiraki, right wing 3. That's an air ball. Hollingsworth saves it in bounds. Santa Clara going to have to hurry a shot with the shot clock winding down. 2-1, and they don't know it.
Much as we anticipated, Spencer, a back-to-back defensive battle. It's going to go deep into the shot clock. Team is really trying to take advantage of what they have, but there's not much going for them because defense is rotating. They're getting into passing lanes and cutting you off on your dribble drive.
Hunter will inbound it to Jordan Edwards. Edwards working around a screen of Steph Gorman. And her teammate not looking. Kendall Bird was rolling away from the basketball. Dead giveaway by the Toreros. Van Allen with the Broncos only 2. Now Hiraki. Perimeter pressure defense. We've seen it all season long for San Diego. Hollingsworth going back door. That's a good play given the pressure on the outside. And a foul on the rebound, as Stafford was there in position for Bill Carr's team. And Santa Clara will maintain possession, inbounding baseline right. 6th season at Santa Clara for Bill Carr, 77 wins, 98 losses. Just like every other team here, it's about just getting to the next game. Hollingsworth to Bryce Nixon, who just checked into the game for Santa Clara. Here's Van Allen. You think San Diego's aware of her capability of shooting the distance shot?
You see that hard hedge all the way to the half-court line. And San Diego, good execution.
Hunter running the floor well from Jordan Edwards. Her shot partially blocked.
But Merrillville hustling back, that transition defense, forcing her to take a tough shot but not fouling her.
Veal keeps it away from Hunter. Crossover dribble. Veal. Decent look. She's short-armed the layup.
It takes so much effort to get there on your look initially and can't finish. Both teams not finishing around the rim, doing all the work to get there, but not focused enough to finish.
Missed layup by Erikstrup. Bryce Nixon has it knocked out of bounds by Jordan Edwards. Santa Clara basketball on the sideline. Checking in for the Broncos is Laura Edmondson. She'll replace Stafford. As we look at Cindy Fisher in her 17th season with San Diego, she surpassed recently the 300-win total for her career. Incredible job that's been done by Coach Fisher and her staff in Southern California.
So she is a fireball. And back when she was at Wyoming, she hung her hat on defense, and she's continued that tradition and culture here with San Diego. They've started this game hard hedging that on-ball screen on the weak and forcing players like Van Allen to just back dribble, retreat dribble all the way to half court. So far, it's been effective. They've done a fantastic job. Santa Clara just 1 for 7 from the floor.
I'm glad you brought that up, that she had ties to Laramie, because after living at Laramie for a while, who deserves more than Cindy Fisher to go to San Diego of all places?
San Diego. Played against Cindy Fisher when she was there when I was a player in Laramie.
Erikstrup sneaking through a little bit of a crease in that Santa Clara defense. Not the prettiest offensive set, but still effective as she scores and gives the Toreros an early 4-2 lead 4 minutes into the game.
That'll be key. San Diego is not necessarily the best three-point shooting team in the conference, but they have to find ways to score with their posts, and it'll open up things for their guards.
Van Allen to Nixon, cycled back to Veal straight away. Anna Johnson. Johnson has it poked out of bounds by Sydney Hunter. Much to the delight of the entire San Diego bench. They really thrive in that culture off of every little hustle play. Even if it gets knocked out of bounds, it's not their basketball. They will let the other team know about it.
It really boosts the morale of the team, too. The energy, the momentum, it shifts in their favor multiple times throughout the games when you need it in a stretch.
Veal misfires from 3. Offensive rebound by Edmondson. Back to Hiraki. The Broncos will have one more shot. Edmondson and Laura Erikstrup with the foul on the back of Edmondson. Stopping the clock with 5:17 to play in the first quarter. Erikstrup checks out. Back into the game goes Kendall Bird. Van Allen. Step through. Shot is no good, but a foul is whistled on Sydney Hunter.
Yeah, Van Allen is so incredibly skilled off the dribble, but her natural instincts to read what the defense is doing and use those up and unders or to pause in the paint just slightly and wait for the defense to adjust. Then she reads you and goes up. Just incredible what she can do.
First free throw from Van Allen, and they have changed that foul call now to Jordan Edwards. Her first personal. Santa Clara 0 for their last 7 shooting from the field. But they get to the free throw line here with Van Allen, who has all 4 points for the Broncos now to tie the game at 4 apiece.
The disrupted defense of San Diego, even though they've only forced 2 turnovers by the Broncos, it's so disruptive and hard to score over.
Hunter. That one falls out. Rolled around the rim, didn't drop. Santa Clara looking to run. Van Allen, hesitation move at the three-point line, goes with the floater on the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound, Edmondson once again gets it out to Hiraki. Veal just let the straightaway for 3 and down for 3. Bodies are tangled up between Kendall Bird and Laura Edmondson. The officials bring that little tangle to a very quick halt. And we'll take a timeout on the floor with 4:44 remaining in the first quarter. Santa Clara, thanks to a three-pointer from Merrill Veal, leading by 3.
Unjunk your sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Right now, get a king for a queen or queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase, up to a $4.99 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and get a $300 instant gift good towards sleep accessories. In stock for immediate delivery. Only at Mattress Firm.
That's one of the great things of working for the Rockets. I mean, to have the best ever in the post, teaching your 19-year-old how to spin and different moves and how to feel your defender.
Push them. Yes. Excellent. Quick move. You look into the middle.
Not to put down the other teams that I've been with, but I've never been in a situation where you can make a call to Hakeem, you can make a call to Calvin Murphy, you can make a call to Mario Ellie, you can make a call to Rudy T. There's so many resources here, and they're all just great people who want to help.
The most important is the foundation of all the moves. I watch him play. It seems like he's very strong because he backs the guys down.
Backing him down into the paint, goes baseline, reverse. Oh, wow.
University of San Diego.
The 2022 West Coast Conference Basketball Championships are brought to you by University Credit Union, who invite you to experience the credit union difference. To learn more about the benefits of banking with a cooperative, visit ucu.org today. Federally insured by NCUA. By Signature Championship Rings, the official championship ring partner of the WCC. Visit them today at signaturechampions.com. Your success set in stone. And by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. 4:43 to play in the first quarter. The 7th seed Santa Clara with an early 3-point lead on the 6th seed San Diego. Lindsey Van Allen with 4 points to lead the Broncos, one of the top scorers in the conference, off to a quick start. And here is the defensive player of the year, Jordan Edwards, on offense for San Diego. Kendall Bird, pick and roll. That is a great play out of the timeout for Cindy Fisher's Toreros.
A perfectly timed pass where she dragged the defense over. The roll was right to the basket, didn't waste any motion, just going straight to the basket.
Veal just hit the 3 before the timeout for Santa Clara. Van Allen will go to Edmondson for 3. The sophomore out of Melbourne, Australia, makes it 10-6 Santa Clara. That's a good sign for the Broncos to have a couple of threes fall early.
Especially from your post. She can really stretch the defense at 6 foot, knock it down. She comes in averaging 38%.
Jordan Edwards using that quickness to get to the hoop and score with the left hand. Kind of ducked her way through some of that defense and goes glass for 2.
She can really weave in and out of the defense at will and just create so much for her team and then for herself at that time on the shot.
Van Allen, step back 3. Long, ball is loose, and the officials deliberating. It is last touch by San Diego. It'll stay with Santa Clara. Cindy Fisher is asking for a reconsideration on that judgment.
Well, look at this pass inside to Kendall Bird. Jordan Edwards off the pick and roll, drawing the defense. And then the 3 from Edmondson. She comes in, gives him a good boost. A decent three-point shooter at 38%.
Haraki got the angle, driving baseline left, and got the better of Ayana Kalfani. There's Sydney Hunter, nothing there for the first team all WCC performer, so she goes back to Kalfani, who's going to work off the screen from Bird. Wants Hunter in the post, and over there to help out and steal the ball away is Anna Johnson. Johnson in transition, has Veal cycled to Hollingsworth, driving baseline right, still at the dribble, creates an open look for Edmondson, who misses a short shot from about 8 feet away. Hunter gives off to an open teammate, and Kylie Horstmeyer knocks it down for 2.
Well, Santa Clara defensively is just packing it in. The one player they're worried about is maybe Steph Foreman knocking down a 3. Everybody else really doesn't want to shoot that 3-point shot. Who's going to step up? That time it was Horstmeyer. Santa Clara content to just pack it in, force them to take those jump shots.
Hollingsworth going right at Gorman, and she's tied up in the post. San Diego ball with the possession arrow pointing in favor of the Toreros.
You see Hunter right now, once again on the dribble drive, they're able to pinch the gap, but if you're not willing to step up with confidence and knock down the shot, here's Gorman. Gorman, one of those leaders for this team, averages 10.5 points per game, but she's one of the toughest defenders as well on the perimeter.
Kalfani to Oakrey on her left. Now Hunter holding 3-point distance on the left wing. Oakrey moves the ball back to Kalfani on the right side. Erikstra turning toward the baseline. A little baby hook shot off the glass. She's got 4 points. And We're tied up at 12.
I love the aggression inside, the effort. She started early to get possession, and then she was rewarded with the score.
And there is a steal. Erica Martinson looking to pay it off. Layup doesn't drop, but she's earned her trip to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And Sydney Fisher not afraid to go deep into her bench. She's already gone 10 deep on her roster to keep fresh legs in there, keep the energy up with that pressure that they'll extend.
Another Torero into the game for the first time is Casey Neubert, wearing number 22. First free throw is up and good from Martinson. And San Diego take the lead 13-12. The Toreros have made 4 consecutive field goals. Both free throws good by Martinson. And it's a 14-12 lead.
You see the extended pressure full court, almost a 5-second violation.
Collingsworth just dribbled it off her toe. Falls right into the hands of Martinson. Martinson bouncing to Erikstrup. Layup no good. Rebounded by Martinson. That's no good. Shot is blocked by Erikstrup on the putback. Oh, just chaos down low. Martinson will try a 3. That's no good. And finally, the rebound is corralled by Shaylee Harris.
The relentlessness of San Diego wears on you.
Van Allen driving hard to the left is fouled by Oakley.
Erikstrup is just a beast inside. She's come in and she has been physical in there trying to keep that ball alive. They couldn't convert on those offensive opportunities, but she's battling in there. Lindsey Van Allen trying to do a lot for herself in transition because points are hard to come by in the half-court set against San Diego. So Lindsey Van Allen knows that if I can get some easy looks in transition, it'll take the pressure off of my team offensively.
Van Allen makes it a 1-point game late in the first. The Broncos, before the strip down the floor, had turned it over 3 times in 2 minutes and change, and had not scored in that span. Van Allen 1 for 2. San Diego maintains the 1-point advantage at 14-13. Jordan Edwards controlling the ball for the Toreros.
A double pick right here, but you see the sag off from Santa Clara. When you don't have the 3-point threats with the ball in their hands, Santa Clara can just pack it in and really help each other by sagging off in that man-to-man defense.
Jordan Edwards turns it over as that double team pressure came from the Broncos. 40 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Bryce Nixon. And a foul is called on Jordan Edwards.
And she's holding
away
Van Allen.
From the ball, who would not allow Van Allen to get to the basketball. She was trying to help out Nixon.
That's her 2nd foul of the game, and unfortunate because they need her presence out there on the court, but you also have to protect her when she's in foul trouble. But she was trying to chase Van Allen off the ball. Credit Van Allen for moving without the basketball.
Lindsey Van Allen with 5 first-quarter points. That'll give her 6. 1 more free throw on the way, tied at 14. Van Allen, 1 of 4 shooting to begin, but has made 5 of 6 free throws.
She's just a gamer, and coming in, she has scored 20-plus points in 11 games this season in the WCC.
Martinson had that knocked down by Harris. San Diego maintains possession with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Calfani drives to her right. Ayana Calfani, tough shot. She was fading away from the basket. Lindsey Van Allen with 3 and 2. Looks for a teammate. Nixon at the buzzer has her shot blocked. And a very high tempo first quarter comes to an end. San Diego leading by the performers on display here in this matchup. Sydney Hunter for San Diego and Lindsey Van Allen of Santa Clara. Hiraki controls for the Broncos out of the break. Edmondson, nothing there inside, looking for Harris, so she goes back to Hiraki. Now Hiraki will drive to the right side, scoop up a right-handed layup, and she's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line for 2.
When you get that extended pressure off of the pick on ball and they're jumping it, they're hard hedging it, that's where you got to put the ball on the floor and attack, just as we saw there with Hiraki. If it cuts to the baskets away from the ball, or you put the ball on the floor and attack the pressure.
Hiraki for the first of 2 on a shooting foul. And that is long. One more for the sophomore out of San Jose, California, and she missed them both. Steph Gorman.
Well, Gorman yet to take a shot. Second on the team in scoring. It just has had no opportunities.
Almost lost the ball there. It's knocked out of bounds by Shaylee Harris, who was coming over to help out. And Harris will take a breather. She's replaced by Danya Stafford.
And she had some good minutes yesterday coming in off the bench with that long frame at 6'6". She's going to get spurts here for Bill Carr. There's Gorman. Steph Gorman, her first shot of the game here in the second quarter, and gets the 3 to go down.
Gorman with a couple of assists now to go along with the 3-pointer she just knocked in. 19-15 San Diego. Hiraki has Van Allen open for 3. Lindsay Van Allen gives 3 points right back to the Santa Clara side.
Well, Cindy Fisher beside herself that she was left that open, knowing personnel, knowing the shooter, and where Lindsay Van Allen is at all times on the court, and a miscommunication leaving her wide open.
Van Allen already into double figures with 10 points. 3 goes up from Martinson. That misses badly. Van Allen looking to run the break. She'll wait for some help with Merrill Veal for 3. That one's short out the front of the rim. And the rebound is collected by Casey Neubert. Gorman to Erikstrup, right wing 3. Laura Erikstrup, big smile after she knocks down that 3, and she points to Gorman for finding her open on that shot.
Well, how about that? Just her second made 3-point shot of the season. Stepping up with confidence. She didn't even think about it. She just pulled that trigger and had her feet set.
Merrill Veal. A little bit of an awkward move underneath the hoop, and she's bailed out with a foul.
Here's a 3 from Gorman in the corner. Didn't need a lot of space. That was a contested 3. And then Erikstrup, back-to-back 3s. Maybe not expected from the big in there, but stepping up and knocking it down, showing she can shoot as well. 2 for 10 on the season from distance for Erikstrup.
Veal makes the first free throw. 3-point game. San Diego in front. Veal for one more. 81% free throw shooter coming into today's game. 2 for 2 there. And a foul is called on Van Allen. Was Gorman catching and looking to score right away, driving right. That's the first personal on Lindsay Van Allen.
Anytime Steph Gorman can put that ball on the floor and attack the rim, that's just going to open herself up when she does have 3-point opportunities. Because if she can be a driver as well as a shooter, you have to be able to respect her at both.
Kalfani. Hiraki comes up with some defense and almost a steal. Gorman, step back 3. That one rims off. Rebounded by Veal. Lindsay Van Allen out in transition. Some numbers for the Broncos. Van Allen has Veal. And her left wing 3 is well short. That's tracked down by Lana Hollingsworth. Van Allen to the hoop. Floater, got it. 12 points for Lindsay Van Allen.
That was a tough shot. Hand in her face, some contact, and being able to score through it.
Gorman, step through. She can't finish the scoop with the right hand. Up and down pace continues.
Well, back-to-back possessions, Merrill Veal has cleaned up the glass.
Oh, she's cleaning up after a great move right there, scoring with the left hand, tying the game at 22 and prompting a timeout from a frustrated Cindy Fisher. A 6-0 run for Santa Clara over the last minute of game time. We'll be back right after this.
Jack, this is incredible. How'd you...
I started with my famous toasted sourdough, 2 melty cheeses and grilled onions, all on 100% beef.
Jeff, we were talking about the room.
Yeah, just the room.
Yeah.
My sourdough patty melt combo, starting at $5.49. Order on the Jack app today.
With Home Chef, you're home free when you're craving a home-cooked meal. Our oven-ready meal kits are easy to make and even easier to love. When it comes to making dinner, fill in the blanks with Home Chef. Delicious, meet simple. Get 10 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Why pay over $100 a month for TV when you can get AT&T Sportsnet with Fubo TV? Get the channels you want with the teams you love for the price that others can't beat. Watch AT&T Sportsnet with Fubo TV. Try free.
Weird. Come on. Great. You for real? So maybe just a cable?
We can help you.
Welcome to America's #1 battery destination. AutoZone, your battery solution.
My sourdough patty melt has 100% beef, 2 melty cheeses, and grilled onions, all between 2 slices of my famous toasted sourdough bread. It's pretty much the greatest thing since itself. My sourdough patty melt combo, starting at $5.49. Order on the Jack app today.
Root Sports.
The Orleans Arena, game number 2 on this Elimination Friday. 6-7 game. Santa Clara with a 24-22 lead over San Diego. While you watch West Coast Conference basketball action, join the conversation using hashtag WCC Hoops. And for the latest news, scores, and much more, follow WCC Hoops on Twitter. Lindsey Van Allen, the senior guard, first-team All-WCC performer, 3 of 6 shooting, 12 points. She's gotten to the free throw line, 5 of 6 there, a rebound and an assist. San Diego is one of the best, if not the best, defensive team in the conference. They know all about Lindsey Van Allen, and she's still finding her shots.
During the regular season meeting, she was able to average 26 points per game against San Diego. Plays very well against the Toreros because she has so much freedom for Coach Bill Carr. When the ball's in her hand, she can do whatever she wants, the green light, wherever she's at on the court. Leaks out early in transition and hard to stay in front of.
Talfani, pressured by Hiraki, has Sydney Hunter to Oakley in the right corner. Oakley will dribble it out to the wing. Now drive back inside against Hollingsworth, and that is a second foul on Lana Hollingsworth, which will send Oakley to the free throw line.
Oakley strong in there, trying to muscle her way to the rim and drawing that foul. That's a big foul. Gorman is the player that has had to be all over Van Allen. And Gorman, when she's in there, she's just taking on that defensive assignment. So when you got other players stepping up like Oakley that can take the ball off the dribble or try to create something, it helps take pressure off Gorman and Edwards.
Oakley 1 for 2 on that free throw trip. Oakley is a hometown product from San Diego, California. Did not have to go far to play for Cindy Fisher. Brings her team within 1. Full court pressure from the Toreros. Veal splits the defense, and Johnson has her shot swatted and controlled by Kendall Bird. Now Kendall Bird on the outlet. Her pass was deflected. There were bodies that collided. I thought there was a foul there somewhere.
Boy, a lot of contact with Oakley and 2 players from Santa Clara. Bill Carr's got his hands up. Cindy Fisher's got her hands up, going, what in the world? Look at this block. Your anchor inside defensively is Bird, getting it done on the block. And they let him play on. They are no doubt letting him be physical.
Sydney Hunter with position, overshot the basket, perhaps was anticipating more contact than she got. And speaking of anticipation, there is a steal by Gorman, but an offensive foul quickly drawn by Ashley Hiraki. This game is
if you blink, you're going to miss
controlled chaos. That's what we're calling this.
Is it controlled, though?
Maybe not.
There's no control.
Out of control on that last play, for sure.
If you blink, you're going to miss where that ball is going.
Hiraki. That ball hangs on the rim and falls off. Ball loose on the ground. More of the same. And you know what? When you have a ball loose on the ground for Santa Clara, you typically will find Danya Stafford down.
Oh,
She
we saw her all over the floor yesterday.
battles for that loose basketball and was doing so again there. Jump ball, but it's San Diego's possession.
I'll tell you what, too, it is safer to be on the floor when there's a loose ball than get your knee hit from out from under you. You have got to just be aggressive and dive on that floor for your team. At this point, this late in the season, sacrifice your body and be aggressive.
Gorman has that ball pulled away, collects and finds Sydney Hunter under the hoop. That is an ideal basket for the San Diego team. You know, just 50-50 ball, win it, look for an open teammate, score layup. They don't care how ugly it is. Veal for three. And a beautiful shot from Merrill Veal, who had an outstanding game yesterday for Santa Clara. She's got 10 points.
Well, she is calm and consistent, does not get rattled, does her job for Coach Bill Carr on the boards, hitting shots when she's open.
Calfani was pushed as she was driving baseline, and Bill Carr said that she stepped out of bounds before the foul happened.
Well, the ball just bounces to the left wing, and what does Merrill Veal do? She says, I'm just going to pick this up and take this shot. That's how confident she is. And giving her a little bit of space because the ball was loose.
Merrill Veal's got some family in town.
She's one of 5 seniors on this roster.
And she plays good defense right there. Does the senior out of Gittingen, Germany. Van Allen back to Veal. Those two in double figures. They have 22 of Santa Clara's 27 points. And Johnson is fouled driving to the left side of the basket.
Well, Johnson comes in. She's aggressive. Averages just under 13 minutes a game. She's a 5'10 sophomore, but I liked how she played yesterday. Came in, took her chance. When she had her opportunity, she took those opportunities and hit her shots. Doesn't try to do too much out there. And why she's getting minutes, because she's defending as well.
Johnson has played 7 minutes thus far today. First free throw is just short. Rattles out. Second on the way, and that one is on target.
And Santa Clara with just 5 turnovers in this game. They have handled the pressure pretty well and been able to stay calm and poised even when that full court pressure is coming.
28-25, Broncos in front. Kendall Bird will get to Hunter. Long two, that's short. Veal adds another rebound to her statistical chart. Bryce Nixon. Guarded by Martinson. Nixon looking for an avenue. And her pass is stolen away. It was intended for Edmondson. Not enough on it.
Well, she was trying to get it to her on the dribble drive, but that's a good lob pass inside, but Hunter can't finish. I think Edmondson had a great steal 1 possession to go. You got to find your big and reward her when she's working hard.
Van Allen for 3. No good. San Diego dodges the bullet right there. That was a decent look. One of the best 3-point shooters in the conference. Calfani. Backdoor. Hunter. And this time she connects on the layup.
Well, San Diego's just relentless to just get up and down the court in a hurry. They want a quick-paced game. They want to rush you with their defense and their pressure.
Hunter with 6 points. She's 3 of 8 shooting. Van Allen cut off, driving inside the key. And she throws that back toward half court. Flipped back to prevent it from being a half court violation, or a backcourt violation, I should say. And it ends up in the hands of San Diego. So after all of that, another turnover by the Broncos.
Well, they are taught to play on their toes. They are taught to be aggressive, win the hustle plays, those 50-50 balls. What we're seeing from San Diego.
Gorman. And she gets the friendly roll. Steph Gorman has 5 points. San Diego back in front by 1, 29-28. And away from the ball. And tensions running just a little bit high. Technical foul is called on Lindsey Van Allen. She's fired up. She was John with Erica Martinson. The physical play away from the ball was between Edmondson and Kendall Bird. So we have 2 separate incidents happening between these 2 teams. And as we have come to expect in the collegiate game, whenever there is some, you know, as the cliche goes, extracurricular activity or some fighting on the floor, the officials are going to talk about it, and they'll probably go review it.
You see Lindsey Van Allen going hard on the drive and just kind of getting fired up, wanting the foul call. The foul came away from the ball in the opposite block with the two bigs is where the initial ref underneath called it.
We're going to get the explanation right here, Kristen. And it's going to be a double technical foul. I would imagine it's going to go against Martinson and Van Allen. Again for the Johns, but Kristen has just received the explanation. Okay, so double technical. Is it on Martinson and Van Allen?
Right, so that will offset, but there was a foul call when Lindsey Van Allen drove into the basket, so she's going to get those free throws. So they did call this foul. You see the foul away from the ball on the left, but Lindsey Van Allen was also fouled on the drive to the basket. But it did look like the official blew her whistle before that even happened when Van Allen got there, but nonetheless, it'll offset on the double foul with the bigs on that opposite block, and Lindsey Van Allen will be shooting. They're letting Edmondson shoot. So
they're going to give that. They're going to call the foul on Bird as the one that happened first, thus putting Edmondson.
Thus, there you go. But the two technicals came after, with Lindsey Van Allen getting fired up that she didn't get that initial call. So as I was talking to the official, it sounded as if as she drove in, they called the foul, but the foul she's referring to is the two posts on the opposite block were entangled and going at each other.
Bird tracked down the rebound, but Hiraki was there to knock her off balance just a little bit. Bird, whoa, and a big collision. And Van Allen is immediately grabbing her left wrist. Oh no, this is terrible.
A lot of pain right now.
Oh no.
Well, she was determined to get in there and drive hard. Watch the left wrist. She just landed right on top of that left wrist. Boy, I hate to speculate, but I would not be surprised if that is broken the way she came down.
Van Allen is just really upset after that hard foul.
It's broke. Look at that wrist.
Oh my goodness, she's flashing her wrist toward the San Diego bench.
She's got teammates just gasping, holding their hand over their mouth once they saw the wrist. And this hard foul right to her face. Kendall Bird came over and just swiped her right in the face.
Kendall Bird shaken up as well, emotional as she walks down to the other end of the San Diego bench.
Here's the hard foul again across the face as Kendall Bird was coming to help, and she landed most of her weight on that left wrist.
See Van Allen gets swiped across the head as well, which is where the foul is called, and just super unfortunate turn of events for Santa Clara and their star player Lindsey Van Allen.
You see Coach Bill Carr over there with her, trying to just give her any comfort.
And you just don't want to see Lindsey Van Allen end her collegiate career like this.
No. You see the frustration. Watch her yell. She's going to put this wrist up and just say, look at my wrist. They're calling that foul.
The officials are discussing again. We'll see if this turns into a flagrant foul. Santa Clara's bench, they're arguing that Kendall Bird should be ejected. And Kristen, you're going to have another explanation here from the officiating crew.
So they are going to disqualify Kendall Bird on that foul that she committed against Lindsey Van Allen. Cindy Fisher over there still arguing.
Yeah, Cindy Fisher probably arguing that it should at worst be a flagrant one, but I mean, after everything that just happened right there, and because it came on the heels of a technical foul just moments earlier of physical play, Kendall Bird was involved there. This is just culmination of the last 2 minutes.
Van Allen was fired up on the play a moment before, as you mentioned. The two bigs involved in the play, one of which was Kendall Bird. Van Allen was fired up, and she just took that ball as aggressive as she could to get to the basket. We've seen it throughout the entire game and unfortunately landed on the left wrist.
They're announcing inside the Orleans Arena that Kendall Bird has been ejected from the game after a flagrant 2 foul. And the San Diego fans voiced their displeasure with that. Santa Clara fans at the same time applauding the effort, and Veal will shoot the technical free throw. She'll have one more after knocking down the first. The Broncos with a 30-29 lead. Veal short on the second.
A lot of emotion in the building right now, and on both sides with San Diego losing Kendall Bird and then just seeing the injury to Lindsey Van Allen, and then Bill Carr and his squad. So frustrated. You lose your star player. Lindsey Van Allen, I don't anticipate she's coming back with how that wrist looked. Van Allen with 12 points, 5 for 6 at the free throw line. It falls in the hands of Merrill Veal right here, where she's got to step up and carry the load.
And again, your heart breaks for Van Allen if that is the last play in her collegiate career. She has been so good for Santa Clara.
I've been in situations like this as a player when I played at BYU, and you see a player go down and have to end the game due to injury, and some teams respond being fired up to play for Van Allen.
Well, and perhaps Santa Clara is doing just that. Ashley Haraki specifically over the last 30 seconds got to the hoop and scored to give the Broncos a 1-point lead, and then she just created a turnover.
And Haraki, 5'7" sophomore, she's very physical and aggressive and has really been thrown into a new role this season because they're missing Ashley Maldonado and Lexi Pritchard, who were injury-ridden at the very beginning of the season. Those two were supposed to be starters at the guard position.
Well, how important do these minutes for Bryce Nixon now become as she comes in to replace Lindsey Van Allen?
And Bryce Nixon is a player also that's had to handle some of that point guard position, and she started in some games this year. She now comes off the bench, but she's going to get a lot more minutes, as you mentioned.
Hollingsworth is fouled on that most recent shot.
Keep in mind, Hollingsworth playing with those 2 fouls. So important to have her on the floor, but she does have to be a little cautious defensively not to pick up a third.
Santa Clara builds the lead to 5. I should correct myself. Our stat broadcast is a little bit off from the score that you are seeing on the screen. We have the correct score on the screen. It is a 5-point Santa Clara lead at 34-29. Hunter. Martinson. It's an early trigger from 3. Long offensive rebound is trapped down by the Toreros. And there is a foul with Neubert going up on the left side. Shaylee Harris defending.
Now you mentioned the shot pulled early from Martinson. It's flat-footed. It's not in the rhythm of the offense. This is San Diego's offense. Attack, draw contact, get to the free throw line, be aggressive, score at the rim, and then if the defense rotates, you're getting kickouts, right? But just a flat-footed 3 is hard to get that into the hoop.
And Bill Carr, the head coach for Santa Clara, still going after the officials and trying to plead his case for the last foul on Shaylee Harris. But again, this is all carryover from what we just witnessed a few minutes ago. Lindsey Van Allen having to leave the game with what looks like a pretty significant left wrist injury. Offensive rebound off the missed free throw. The Toreros will have one more shot here late in the first half. And Santa Clara's defense resolute as it's knocked out of the hands of Sydney Hunter.
They create an extra possession on the offensive board, but they're really missing the leadership and facilitating of Jordan Edwards, who's on the bench in foul trouble.
Martinson gets to the hoop and scores. Nice little head and shoulder fake. Driving to her right, and she'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
An excellent job getting that first stat past Hiraki, the transfer from Virginia, scoring at the rim, being aggressive, playing downhill. That's what we're talking about. That is San Diego offense at their best, when they are being aggressive on attack.
Free throw is good from Erica Martinson. And the lead for Santa Clara back to 1. Hiraki, Bryce Nixon, skip past Hollingsworth.
Cindy Fisher pleading with her team to get up and pressure, extend it beyond 3.
I thought Nixon was going to shoot that basketball. The lane opened up, went for the skip pass. It's deflected out of bounds, and it will stay with the Broncos. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 1:28 to play before the halftime break. The Broncos scored 93 points in their win over Pacific yesterday. A beautiful offensive display in the second half. Hiraki, an airballed 3 with the shot clock winding down. Good effort by Hollingsworth to try and get that ball, but ultimately it falls out of bounds. Toreros with the basketball and a chance to regain the lead. Gorman. Bounce pass inside. Tough left-handed scoop layup by Neubert.
Well, the body control to spin that right shoulder and then finish with the left hand. A little bank shot. Nice job from the transfer.
6-0 run for San Diego. Hiraki, ball poked away from behind, and a foul on the ground is going to be called on Hiraki, who took a shot on the chin.
You see this last move inside, fantastic from Neubert. A one-on-one matchup, you're that deep, and here's the foul. Ooh.
Oh, she took an elbow right to the face. Well, how was that a foul on Hiraki? Or are they going to call it on San Diego, which they probably should. Looks like they've restructured that a little bit, and Hiraki will go to the free throw line.
Hiraki has just been involved in so many physical plays in this game, and she's built well on the guard line, very strong, and can get in there and muscle her way in there. As we mentioned, out of position, but she has really stepped up to the plate for Bill Carr and taken the reins at that point guard position.
Both free throws good by Hiraki. Santa Clara back in front by 1, 36-35. There's a steal. Or will that be a foul as bodies collide? Sydney Hunter was involved. And now they're going to sort this out. They're going to call that on Hunter. Santa Clara created the steal, and Hunter will pick up her first personal foul, though Hunter is complaining that she was fouled before the giveaway.
You can really tell that the change in the flow of the game since that Van Allen injury a few moments ago, where the officials are tighter with their whistles. They're making sure they're keeping the physicality in check. Don't want anyone else hurt.
2 for 2 on that trip from Anna Johnson. 3-point Santa Clara lead. About a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Jordan Edwards back into the game for San Diego with those 2 fouls. Driving baseline, throws a wild pass that's intercepted. And the Broncos can hold for the final shot of the first half. Anna Johnson to Veal straight away, back to Hiraki with 17 seconds. And the clock above just stopped once again. We've had all types of clock issues here in the first couple of days of this tournament play. And so they'll try and sort out what exactly is supposed to be happening here.
Santa Clara was going to take time off the clock regardless. They were pulling the ball out, wanting to get the last shot off before the half. Well, who do you go to right here? I think you got to get the ball at least touched by Merrill Veal at some point in this possession and let her go to work, whether it's an isolation play. We saw that a few times where it was a screen down by the big and allowed Merrill Veal to come up and just have a one-on-one isolation on the left side. She wants to go left. Let her go to work because you're missing your playmaker, your main playmaker in Lindsey Van Allen.
19 points a game for Lindsey Van Allen coming into the tournament. So, yeah, you turn to the likes of Merrill Veal, who was a double-figure score on average. Lana Hollingsworth averages 9 a game. Laura Edmondson, Ashley Hiraki, all floating around that 7 points a game situation. Bryce Nixon is the big one that's going to have to step up and play some more minutes. She averages about 5.5 points a game. But right now, late in the first half, you would think it's probably going to be Hollingsworth or Veal, maybe Hiraki with the ball in her hands.
Yeah, she's able to get a lane to the basket. She will definitely take it. She's been confident in that. And here's the clock discrepancy, and it's where it pauses.
You can just see it stop right there. 17.9. So they're going to put 15.6 on the clock and estimate that 2.3 additional seconds had ticked off while Hiraki was holding it. Hollingsworth will inbound for the Broncos, just in front of our broadcast position near midcourt. They want Hiraki, and that ball is tipped out of bounds. Santa Clara will once again, with Hollingsworth, have to safely enter the ball into the game.
Well, Kalfani denying her the whole way. Sometimes when you're taking it out of bounds, you're watching your teammate, but you got to watch who's defending you on the ball, and that was Gorman.
They go to Veal, now hand it off to Hiraki, and
it stopped.
Is just...
That one's going behind us, though, so they can't see. Man, what a debacle with your clock issues, because as a player, you're watching the clock to see when to go and attack the basket.
Showing 6.3 seconds right now. You can see it just stagger and stop at 11.5. And then it picks up again.
Yeah, Hiraki saw it, because as a point guard, her job is to watch the clock. And at a certain point, with a certain amount of time on the clock, she is supposed to start the offense and get into that play that Bill Carr has drawn up.
I tell you, these players and coaches, they have enough stress as it is. You throw in some malfunctioning equipment, and it's enough to drive them crazy.
Boy, just an odd feel of the game since Van Allen went down a few minutes ago, and it just has been very choppy and everybody anxious and a lot of emotion in the building. San Diego right now, they have 16 team fouls through this first half. That's a lot of foul trouble going into the second half. Santa Clara has 8 as a team. And that's obviously going to be a worry for Cindy Fisher, who will be without Kendall Bird, and they're anchoring the paint.
Yeah, Bird ejected for the hard foul on Van Allen, who went down with the wrist injury, and we anticipate she absolutely will not be back for this game based on her reaction and the pain that she was in. We're going to reset the clock to 8.4. And I wish I could explain to you why the clock is going to 8.4, but I haven't the slightest in this instance. I thought there would be more time taken off the clock because it had stopped. But are they going to say that the foul happened? Okay, now 4. Okay, now that makes sense.
There we go. I
thought I was losing my mind.
You do the math, right? Is that why you took math in college, so you could figure this out?
I'd like to thank my wife, Brittany, for passing my college math class for me.
Oh, thank you, Brittany. Wouldn't be where he is today.
No, nope. Hiraki, with 4.2 seconds on the clock remaining in the first half, drops in the first free throw. Is it just me, or the last 2 minutes of game time felt like 20 minutes?
Absolutely.
Both good from Hiraki. Santa Clara pushes the lead up to 5.
Extended pressure just to make him take a tough shot. You don't want to foul.
Gorman. Kalfani, and that shot wouldn't have counted anyway, as it was released after the buzzer sounded. Well, you can say that the first half was certainly full of unexpected twists and some unfortunate injuries in the case of Lindsey Van Allen and an ejection for Kendall Bird of San Diego. The Broncos playing on pure emotion right now without their star player. They lead by 5. Winner moving on. Stay with us.
Energy is everywhere, even in a little seedling, which, when turned into fuel, can help power a plane. At Chevron's El Segundo refinery, we're looking to turn plant-based oil into renewable gasoline, jet, and diesel fuels. Our planet offers countless sources of energy, but it's only human to find the ones that could power a better future.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Pay too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online to Rock Auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto. All the parts your car will ever need. RockAuto.com.
In the last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Could it happen to you?
Somebody used my identification, and they had actually purchased the car and drove it off the lot. I didn't know what to do, but thankfully I had LifeLock.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats, and if there's a problem, we work to fix it.
LifeLock provides the type of protection I need.
With a significant wrist injury, she is not expected to return. And San Diego, who committed the hard foul on the injury to Van Allen, specifically Kendall Bird, was ejected with a flagrant 2 foul, so she will not participate in the remainder of this game for Cindy Fisher's squad. We should note, Lindsey Van Allen, we're told, does have a year of eligibility remaining, so we're hoping that is not her final collegiate play going down on that injury.
That silver lining from the COVID year, right, where they have that extra year of eligibility and possibility to be a grad student somewhere.
Van Allen hoping that her teammates, the Broncos, can survive and advance one more time, and just like LMU, win 2 games as a lower seed and get to Saturday's quarterfinals. Sydney Hunter with the steal.
And Hunter went to her knees to keep that ball alive and just kept dribbling, and she's going to take it coast to coast.
Backs her way in for 2.
Defense fuels their offense for this San Diego team.
Hiraki. Good play by Hiraki to get to the hoop. She was watching the eyes of Edwards and just got around her, but she missed the dead point-blank layup.
And she split that double on the screen. And she's going to pick up the foul here. It was too much contact with Edwards being aggressive off the dribble. For Cindy Fisher, I'm sure it's just a breath of fresh air to have Edwards back on the court as you take another look at Hunter's move off the steal, using the backboard, and she's a player that's been playing really well for San Diego coming into this game, averaging double figures and lead the team in scoring.
Foul away from the ball. You get Donya Stafford for her 2nd personal foul. She was tangled up in the post there.
Well, we've already had a combined 26 total fouls in this game. That's a story right there that'll tell you how physical it's been, how much these players have been on the court. There's the foul trouble. Santa Clara with 3 players with 2. And then look at San Diego. A lot of those starters in foul trouble.
And Bird again is ejected after the flagrant 2. Jordan Edwards flying in for the baby hook shot with the right hand. Brings the Toreros within 1. It's a 4-0 run to open up the second half for San Diego. Hollingsworth, reverse layup. Persistence there on the baseline pays off as she scores in a hurry to answer back.
A lot of pressure on Merrill Veal to step up offensively, but I really think it's got to come from Hollingsworth. She is the player that's the vocal leader out there, has potential to put up double figures. Last 4 games, she's averaging 13 points per game, and she just has to continue to be aggressive.
Hunter, a jump stop inside, and a collision with Hollingsworth. A hard fall by Hunter. She heard her knee hit the hardwood. We'll take one more look at Edwards flying in there for the left. Again, we put so much emphasis on what she does defensively. Showing some offense there, and then how about that from Lana Hollingsworth?
Well, the answer right back, and here you see just the hard foul, and these players are playing so hard and they're so physical that when they do hit the court, it is loud, and a lot of people holding their breath and making sure the officials know to call that foul, letting them hear it.
Hunter, well short on the first free throw, knocks in the second. She's got 9 points. Torero showing some pressure, and they force a turnover. Oakley keeps it in bounds on the left baseline. She'll give to Hunter. Thought about a 3, now driving on Veal. She's tied up, but not before a foul call is whistled against Anna Johnson.
Hunter thought about the three-point shot. That's not her game. She's just 1 for 4 from distance. But I like that she put it on the floor. She's being aggressive right here. Strong rip with the ball to draw the contact from Johnson. And Johnson is the player that got the start here in the second half, filling in for Lindsay Van Allen.
Hunter misfires again on the first free throw. She's 1 for 3 at the charity stripe. One more on the way. And that one has enough to crawl over the front of the rim and go down. 2 minutes into the third quarter. San Diego with that pressure defense, giving the Broncos all types of trouble, but Hollingsworth breaks it, has a lane to the hoop, wisely scores it on the left side.
The best way to break that pressure is get that middle flash, as we saw right about the half court, as you flash up to come help relieve the pressure, exactly as we saw right there from Hollingsworth.
Edwards, Hunter again. She'll try a long 2 and drops that in.
Well, she's fired up. She's ready to go, and she is zoned in offensively. It's exactly what they need from her, the lift right now, because Gorman is a player that's just been a little quiet at 5 points here in this game, so Hunter is carrying the offensive load.
Hollingsworth. Ball is punched out of bounds by Kiara Okri. And Cindy Fisher's going to go a little bit further down her bench and bring in Harsimran Kaur, a promising freshman out of India at 6'4".
This will be the 12th player she has played in this game for Cindy Fisher, going deep to her bench, keeping fresh legs out there.
And the pressure defense from Gorman sends the ball off the toe of Bryce Nixon and out of bounds right in front of her bench. Bill Carr is arguing that should have been a foul, among other things. And now San Diego with the ball and a chance to take the lead, down 1, 44-43. Hunter's had the hot hand, and, well, there's a heat check there. And that's an air ball out of bounds to Santa Clara.
Well, Santa Clara just needs to settle down a little bit. I mean, they know the pressure's coming. They have 4 turnovers to start this quarter. Take better care of the basketball, be patient, and get your flashes to the ball to help out, which will come in the middle of the zone.
Edwards giving Nixon fits. Nixon beats the pressure across the timeline. Now comes the screen from Veal. Veal for 3. Front rim no good. Hollingsworth skying in for another important offensive rebound. Cycle from Veal to Nixon. Now Hiraki. Hiraki shoots over Carr, and a foul is called. The foul fest continues between the Broncos and Toreros here. 6:28 to play in the third quarter.
Santa Clara's already shot 24 free throws at the line, and this is really where they can put points on the board and your half-court set. When you are going against that pressure, it is so hard to generate offensive points, especially at the rim, because they're packing it in.
Hiraki gets a friendly roll on the free throw, and you look at all the statistics. San Diego's out shooting Santa Clara 50% to 38%. They've attempted 5 more field goals. Turnovers pretty even, so you think, well, how is Santa Clara winning this game? It's free throws.
Yeah, staying in it with free throws. They do have 13 second chance points as well, so when they're getting the offensive board, they're able to do good things around the rim and finish.
Now 20 made free throws for the Broncos on 26 attempts. Harsimran Kaur, good vision. Okri wide open 3. Can't knock it down, but the offensive rebound falls to Jordan Edwards right in front of a couple of Santa Clara Broncos whose bodies were just going the opposite direction. Edwards just kind of scooped it up, and she's fouled.
Carr is battling in there as well. She's taking out the bigger rebounder, and you see Edwards just coming in to follow the shot, trying to keep it alive. It's a possessions game, and when possessions are hard to come by, you just have to continue to get these hustle plays, and whether it's O-boards or forcing turnovers, San Diego's trying to capitalize off of that.
Edwards' free throw is good. Nixon was whistled for her 3rd personal foul. 4 team fouls make it 5 now on Santa Clara, thus putting San Diego in the double bonus for the remaining 6 minutes of this quarter.
It's a lot of free throws coming our way.
For better or worse, This game very well could come down to who makes the most free throws. Veal. That's just long. Sydney Hunter has the rebound, knows where Gorman is. Cross-court pass. There's Edwards. Hunter running the floor. Beautiful pass. And transition basketball by San Diego. 14 points for Sydney Hunter.
Well, she is their Energizer Bunny and just brings that electric energy up and down the court. We saw how hard she runs the floor in transition, and Edwards is the one that will find her. She rewards her big for running the floor. Just fantastic pass right here. And it's a good timely pass. If you pass it too early, she's got to put it on the floor, but this allows her just to go right up with the ball.
San Diego with the 1-point lead now. Broncos without their MVP. Top scorer, Lindsey Van Allen, out with the wrist injury. Do they have enough? They piece it together on a motion. And a Johnson. A little English on that ball as it so carefully crawled over the front of the rim and down. She'll have a free throw to try and complete the three-point play.
Well, they close out, but don't close out under control. She's able to put it on the floor and get all the way in and draws the contact from Carr. Not afraid at all. She's 5'10", going against the 6'4" Carr. That's the aggression that Coach Carr needs off the bench.
Johnson, the sophomore out of Manhattan Beach, California, played some really meaningful minutes. Made some big shots yesterday in Santa Clara's first-round win over Pacific. She's got 6 points now.
Starting nod to fill in for Van Allen here in the second. She can play a lot more minutes here in the second half.
Santa Clara answers back. And they're in front again by 2. Hiraki, offensive foul is drawn by Ashley Hiraki on Jordan Edwards, and that's going to be the 3rd personal on Edwards. Or is that 4 now, Kristen? Correction, that is 4 fouls on Jordan Edwards.
Well, what a play from Hiraki to step up and step into her opponent. Well, trying to take away her path off the dribble drive, and then she fell to the deck. If she doesn't fall, that might be a block foul on her, but she really sold it falling to the deck as well.
San Diego now without their best defender and the West Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Jordan Edwards, who's stuck on the bench in foul trouble. Good pass inside. Hollingsworth had Harris, but defense retreated in time. Hollingsworth cutting to the hoop, overshot the layup. Oakrey will control that. Calfani, skip pass, and that's easily stolen by Hiraki. 3-on-3. Hiraki bumped and fouled as she attempted the shot. 4:30 to play in the game. Media timeout on the floor. It has been chaos here in the second game of the day on Elimination Friday. Stay with us.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
When it rains, it pours. A little drip, a little drop. Sprinkle in some pick and pop, and you have yourself a splash-tastic formula so divine, it gives Houston's finest no problem finding twine.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at SheCanSTEM.com.
This week on Rockets All Access, the team talks goals to close out the season while looking to the future.
We want to take it very serious and try to win each and every game and try to gel me and Jay's chemistry on the court, because next year we got to be scared.
And players tell us about some of their favorite NBA memories.
One of my favorites is definitely Kobe's 81 point game. I just remember sitting around the TV and just watching that game and witnessing greatness.
Rockets All Access, all this week on AT&T Sportsnet.
Live from the Orleans Arena, it is Elimination Friday. Santa Clara and San Diego, and very, very hard-fought game thus far. Our WCC Awards reminder, courtesy of Ticket Smarter. Ticket Smarter, the official resale partner of the WCC. Shaylee Gonzalez, the Player of the Year, will not get her chance to tip off for this tournament until Monday's semifinal. Jeff Judkins, the Coach of the Year of the #1 overall seed in the WCC BYU Cougars. Ali Bamberger had a short stay here, the newcomer of the year, eliminated by upset-minded LMU. Yvonne Ejim and Jordan Edwards, we've talked a ton about, the defensive player of the year for San Diego, but on the bench with 4 fouls and still 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. How long will Cindy Fisher keep her point guard and star defender on the bench?
Well, she's such a creator off the dribble, the playmaker for this team and facilitator. She runs the break. It also sets the tone defensively by picking the ball up early. And so other players for this San Diego team have to step up. And it's going to fall on Martinson. She'll handle the ball duties a little bit more, as well as Steph Gorman.
Ashley Hiraki stepping up for Santa Clara. She's got 10 points into double figures, 6 of 8 from the free throw line in her 20 minutes plus now. Santa Clara with a 4-point lead. Sydney Hunter. Too strong, missed it right side. Veal has the rebound. Outlet to Hiraki up the sideline. Here's Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, crossover dribble, nothing there. Defended by Oakley. Ops for Bryce Nixon. Nixon to Hiraki. Working off the screen from Harris. Again, nothing there. San Diego's defense, very staunch. Veal trying to create some space around Hunter, and Hollingsworth makes the basket, and she's fouled. San Diego did just about everything perfect on that defensive stance, and just an unlucky bounce ends up in the hands of Hollingsworth, who knows how to finish it.
Bouncing around in there and just falls into the hands of Hollingsworth. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and she's able to go up and get fouled. And she's taking on a bigger load here offensively. Merrill Veal had 11 points at the half, hasn't scored here in the third quarter. And, you know, you got to wonder how much that affects her with her teammate Van Allen, who distracts and takes so much attention from the defense. It really opens up Merrill Veal.
Hollingsworth completes the three-point play, and just like that, the Broncos have pushed their lead to 7. That last foul was on Kiara Oakley, who now has 4 fouls as well.
And for the Broncos to extend this lead, they got to defend, and this is where you get it done. A half-court set right here. Defend and take care of the basketball.
Gorman will inbound. And she finds an open teammate. Gorman's three-pointer is blocked as she got it back from Horstmeyer. Santa Clara on an 8-0 run. Nixon looking to extend to that. Ball is knocked out of her hands by Erica Martinson. Hiraki having trouble inbounding the basketball. Goes to Stafford, gets it back, right corner 3. Glances out the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Veal, and Hiraki once again holding on the right wing.
The clock resets to 20, not a full clock on the offensive board.
Stafford just long on the baseline right from 15 feet. Foul on the loose ball rebound.
And Merrill Veal with her 6th rebound to try to keep that alive. As a team, Santa Clara 8 offensive rebounds, 13 second chance points, but they can't convert when they create the extra opportunity that time.
The Toreros in the double bonus, and have been since more than 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
22 total fouls on this San Diego team.
Martinson for the first of 2. And that one is perfect. Martinson now with 6 points. And she'll stay at that number with the miss on the second. Veal with another rebound off that miss. Nixon controls for Santa Clara. Bryce Nixon isolated on Martinson. Now to Stafford. Nixon will drive and try and get it to Hollingsworth. That pass is deflected and eventually stolen. Eric Strupp.
Way to hang on to it. You're big, getting an errant pass, but hanging on to it at half court.
Clara Erikstrup misses. Martinson following that shot. Physical play continues inside. And how about these reserves for Cindy Fisher?
Well, I'm telling you right now, Eric Martinson, 5'9", transfer senior, is stepping up. She came away with the steal on the other end and just keeping it alive. Look at the effort on the board, trying to go get that out of her area. One of the smaller players on the floor at 5'9", and Santa Clara just not able to secure the rebound.
Erikstrup checks out for Cindy Fisher and gets a high five from her head coach. Martinson with 2 more free throws. First one is good. We have watched 40 combined free throw attempts in this game, now 41.
We're still not even in the fourth quarter, Spence. We got a ways to go at that free throw line.
Be here for a while, that is for sure. Johnson bounces to Bryce Nixon as the Broncos beat the pressure.
Here's a zone look from San Diego, mixing it up.
Where's the offense going to come from for Santa Clara? Stafford to Veal. Veal might be the answer, and she is certainly right there.
A smart play. She didn't hang on to it long and just took that opportunity to split the defense, had a lane to the basket.
Six-point Santa Clara lead once again. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Martinson driving inside, bounces to an open teammate, just caught under the basket, and missing that was Casey Neubert.
It's a tough play to try and get that shot to go in. A little poke from Martinson. Almost came away with a steal. And they're so good with their timing on when to attack your crossover and get their hands in there and poke that ball away. We've seen it time in and time out with Jordan Edwards throughout the season. Martinson trained to a similar likeness where she pokes her hands in.
Bryce Nixon cycles to Hollingsworth. Stafford takes the entry pass. Double team. Muscles up a shot, misses back rim, but another offensive rebound. Entry pass from Hollingsworth is stolen away. And now Martinson. Here's Hunter. Good open jump shot from just outside the free throw line. The assist will go to Horstmeyer. 16 points for Hunter.
She shoots about 50% from the floor, and when she's in rhythm like that in the offense, just a little bit of a trail shot right at the elbow, she's going to knock it down.
Johnson wants Veal left corner. Big three from Merrill Veal. Stepping up and knocking down some huge shots here in the third quarter.
Coming alive here in the third, just when they needed. The last 2 minutes, she has 5 points.
That's 16 points on the game. Block shot by Stafford. Hollingsworth there to clean up the rest. Santa Clara moving the other way. Game clock 26 seconds. Shot clock about 4 seconds quicker than that. Here at the end of the third quarter, Bryce Nixon, guarded by Gorman. Maintaining that dribble.
They're trying to get Veal, but they can't get her. She's covered tightly by San Diego.
Hollingsworth with 4 on the shot clock, driving left side. Left-handed layup, Lena Hollingsworth, and it's a 9-point lead for the Broncos. That'll end the third quarter. Martinson behind the back dribble. Santa Clara trying to hang on and advance into Saturday's quarterfinal.
Now what a play. Merrill Veal coming up big, hitting the 3 in the corner, and then Hollingsworth, another senior on this team, willing her team to try to win this game. Santa Clara up 61-52. We got 1 more left.
Oh, man.
What's wrong?
I bought my car from some guy online, and it has a huge nick on it.
Should use Vroom. Yeah, they have detailed car listings, so you know exactly what you're getting.
Never deal with annoying surprises again. Buy your car on Vroom.com.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive, but here's the secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell it directly to your customers. Like we do. Oh, hi, we're Warby Parker. Our glasses start at $95. including prescription lenses. And the best part? You can try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Small business owners know they've got to be
points, 2 for 2 from the field, but again, limited minutes for Edwards in a very, very physical game. She's only played 13 minutes of the first 30.
It's opened up the door for Martinson right there, almost tying that ball up. Well, she's played 13 minutes, a player that sees right about that for the season, or 13 to 14 minutes a game, but she's going to get a lot here in the fourth quarter.
Ashley Hiraki has been a benefactor of having additional opportunities to score, and she has paid that off mostly from the free throw line, and she's headed back there again. 61-52 Santa Clara in front. It's a double-figure lead for the Broncos. Hiraki now with 13 points, 9 of those coming from the free throw line. She's 9 of 11 from the charity stripe. This to go 10 of 12, and she got them both. The lead extended to 11.
For Santa Clara now with their own full court pressure. With Edwards on the bench, I like that decision, that game plan from Coach Bill Carr to extend it themselves, keep them aggressive and that intensity up.
Broncos caught the Toreros on their heels a little bit right there. Nice change of pace, as you mentioned, Kristen, from Bill Carr. Dangerous pass, got over half court in San Diego. Now just with 7 seconds on the shot clock. A 3 is put up. Offensive rebound is grabbed. And fouled on the way back up is Casey Neubert.
The Neubert crashed in the glass, going right back up with the ball. And you're Todd as a post inside. When you get that rebound, don't bring it down. There's so many hands, so many smaller guards in there that can rip it out of your hands. So going up strong, drawing the contact.
We invite you to join the conversation while you watch West Coast Conference action using the hashtag WCC Hoops. And for the latest news, scores, and more, you can always follow WCC Hoops on Twitter. One more for Neubert. She drops in both free throws. And that free throw number continues to climb, Kristen. We have watched 51 free throws attempted. 51, and we still have essentially the whole fourth quarter to play.
A lot of free throws. 40 made shots at the free throw line from both teams combined.
Hiraki long on the three-point attempt. Martinson driving it, Veal. And we're going to have a few more free throws.
The defense is so tight in the half-court set. So at any time, San Diego or Santa Clara can drive and attack in transition. That's exactly what their coaches want them to do. You see the good aggressive move from Martinson, and we are back to the free throw line.
First is missed by Martinson. That foul total for the game is now at 40 fouls. And Martinson missed them both.
And Martinson has been at the free throw line the most for her team, 6 for 8. And then Hiraki for Santa Clara, 10 for 12 at the free throw line.
Martinson slipped, and Hiraki taking advantage with her teammates slipping in the paint. You look down almost disgusted with what may have been some additional perspiration on the floor. You see her get back up, but too late, and in the effort, Hiraki is fouled. Not a lot of contact there either. But credit Hiraki for finishing there. She cannot complete the three-point play. Martinson, look at Hollingsworth go to the floor, battling for that basketball. That earns the applause of her head coach, Bill Carr.
Doing the dirty work. She's that type of player. And I talked to associate head coach Michael Floyd a couple weeks ago about Hollingsworth, and he said, you know, she can really be that energy for us, that X factor, depending on her effort throughout the game.
Calfani. Big hole for San Diego to dig out of, down 11, and just the Toreros' play was so much force and aggression, and You know, I know there are some of you that are seeing San Diego for the first time or just one of the few times, and you think, wow, this is quite the spectacle. But you know what? We're used to this, Chris, and we're used to this from San Diego.
Their style of game.
Yes, this is exactly how they play every game that we have seen them, and we've watched them a lot.
They want to muck it up. They want to get to the free throw line themselves by being on attack and being aggressive. They don't settle for threes very often, just 2 for 10 in this game from distance. And they're going to put the ball on the floor, be aggressive. And then the defensive pressure will go the entire 40 minutes of the game.
Oakley makes both free throws. Single-digit lead for the Broncos, 65-56. Veal to Hollingsworth. And the Broncos just keep making tough shots.
They're finding a way to continue to share the load and be aggressive. And Hollingsworth has really stepped up. How about Sid Hunter, though?
She's got 18 points to lead all scorers in this game.
Well, she had 24 points when these two teams met last Saturday. San Diego won that game in OT.
Bryce Nixon, pretty good look. Can't finish there. Short on that floater. And Nixon. Make it Ashley Hiraki is called for the foul. That is the 4th team foul on the Broncos already here in the 4th quarter. And again, once you get to 5, you shoot 2 free throws in the bonus. So San Diego, you better believe, is going to be right back on attack. They'll try and get to the free throw line as much as possible over the final 7:40. A foul fest and a free throw extravaganza. Calfani too strong on the shot there. Long pass ahead for Hollingsworth. She saves it in bounds.
Yeah, that's a big save because you really got to continue to put the pressure on San Diego with your offense. Good timeout from Coach Carr. Get them organized, get them in something efficient.
We'll take the break with Coach Carr. Frankly, we need it. 67-58.
Early in the COVID pandemic, many lives were lost, and there wasn't much we could do. Now, there's effective vaccines and boosters. But some people choose not to take a shot. Some say they don't know what the vaccine will do, but we all know what COVID has already done. Now we all have a choice to make. Let's make a choice we can live with.
For information on how to find a COVID-19 vaccine or booster near you, visit vaccines.gov.
With Home Chef, you're not just home cooking, you're home winning. Our fast and fresh meal kits are as fast to make as they are fresh to enjoy. When it comes to making dinner, fill in the blanks with Home Chef. Delicious, meat simple. Get $90 off when you sign up at homechef.com.
In the last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. Could it happen to you?
Somebody used my identification, and they had actually purchased the car and drove it off the lot. I didn't know what to do, but thankfully I had LifeLock.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats, and if there's a problem, we work to fix it.
LifeLock provides the type of protection I need.
Help protect what's yours with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Call right now.
7:21 to play in the 4th quarter. And we update the WCC bracket, brought to you by Shamrock Office Solutions. The winner of this game, if it ever ends, will be taking on San Francisco tomorrow in the quarterfinal. It has been...
You don't like a game
wild.
56 free throw attempts and 43 total fouls called. I mean, come on. It's a great flow to the game. It's been physical.
Goodness.
Hey, we knew this was coming, Spencer.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Physical. We knew that it was going to be a little bit ugly and very, very physical for both of these teams.
2 technical fouls, an ejected player. It looks like might be a broken wrist for Lindsey Van Allen. Meryl Veal doing what she can to will her team into the next round. She's got 18 points. She has answered the call, as has Ashley Hiraki, in the absence of their star sharpshooter, Lindsey Van Allen.
Hiraki with a career high. She's got 16 points.
Eric Strupp turns over that right shoulder and scores off the glass.
Good physical move inside, and she's pulling up the slack for Kendall Bird, who was ejected earlier in the game, and she's been anchoring the paint inside on both sides.
Harris as that ball pulled away by Gorman. San Diego running 3-on-2. They can hurry. Calfani can't get the right angle on the layup. Knocked out of bounds by Santa Clara. San Diego basketball trailing by 9, and here is where Jordan Edwards, with her 4 fouls, will enter the game again for San Diego.
Big decision with about 6.5 to go in this game. She's going to bring in her star point guard. A lot of faith in Jordan Edwards to help finish this game. And you have to at this point, before it gets too late and gets out of hand, to try to chip away at the lead.
Eric Strupp trying to go right over Veal, and she cannot do so. Mero Veal lets her know about it after standing her ground in the post. Hiraki bounces to Johnson, trying to cycle it to Hollingsworth. The steal by Gorman. Hollingsworth chasing Gorman. Foul.
That was the 12th steal for this San Diego team, a team that is second in the nation in steals per game. Coming in, they average 13 takeaways a game, and I love the aggression in transition by Steph Gorman. You got a one-on-one opportunity in transition, you're going to take that ball up, especially if you're a scorer like Gorman.
Gorman's first free throw is on point. 4 fouls now on Hollingsworth. Both free throws good from Gorman, who again has had a quiet offensive performance overall. 7 points. 5:55 to play in the game. More pressure from the Toreros. Veal holding. Now to Hiraki. Bounce pass to Veal at the free throw line. Back to Hiraki for 3. Ashley Hiraki, 19 points, and her career best is getting even better.
My goodness, just the versatility. She scored off the dribble. She has 10 points at the free throw line. Just been so aggressive. What a confident shot.
And there's a foul on the ground.
Now watch this shot right here. Jordan Edwards is doubling the ball just a little bit on Mero Veal, and it leaves Hiraki wide open. Veal does a nice job finding her, not panicking when that double, that pinch down came in.
Eric Strupp, this for double figure scoring. That's no good. Well, there was quite a significant free throw disparity in terms of attempts as we opened up the second half, but that really has become much closer now. San Diego 19 of 27 from the free throw line. Santa Clara 26 of 33 as Eric Strupp goes 1 for 2. Santa Clara still in front by 9. Timeout on the floor, 5:27 to play. Winner moves on to face San Francisco.
We started Warby Parker to make glasses more affordable. But then we thought, why can't we do the same thing to contacts? So we did. Shop top contacts brands without the hidden fees, plus get free shipping and save 15% on your first order of contacts at warbyparker.com. When it comes to contacts, Warby Parker offers dozens of brands, including Scout, our very own comfortable, breathable, and affordable daily lens. Learn more about Scout or save 15% on your first order of contacts at warbyparker.com.
So here we go. We're going over our first action. Kevin Porter with the ball. Christian Wood here, ready to set a brush screen. You got Jayshawn Tate spaced out in this corner, and you got Eric Gordon spaced out in that corner. We're on this side of the floor because he wants KP to get to the middle with his dominant hand. Here comes KP. KP gives him the ball like a flip. We call it a get. Like a dribble handoff is a get. So KP flips it to Jalen Green, and Jalen Green flips it right back to KPJ. He's going to raise up and shoot it. If you see in the video, Jared Allen is way back in the paint. So a good point guard, if he comes off and sees that guy in the paint, he's going to raise up and shoot. And that's what KPJ did. He raised up and shoot and knocked down a big three-pointer.
From the Orleans Arena, 5:27 to play in the game. Santa Clara with a 9-point lead over San Diego, 72-63. Here's our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. And we just saw it. Ashley Hiraki, 19 points, a career high, including that three-pointer. She's made 10 free throws, 4 of 8 shooting overall from the field. And wouldn't you know it, that was 19 points, so right on the season average of her teammate Lindsey Van Allen, who is out with that injury.
Yeah, that's pretty special, and I think that she's really stepped up when the door opened for her to step up. She's taken that opportunity.
Anna Johnson. And there's a foul on the Toreros. I apologize for sounding like a broken record.
But we are going back to the free throw line. I'll take that one for you. Look at Sydney Fisher. I feel you.
That pretty much sums it up, right? And we played all of, what, like 10 seconds before the next foul was called?
And this is where, if you're Sydney Fisher, they got to get stops and can't keep putting them at the free throw line and get turnovers forced and just try to chip away at this lead. It's not out of hand at this point. It is within reaching distance for San Diego, but when you're putting Santa Clara on the line and on the line, allowing them some easy opportunities to score at the free throw line.
Well, we have our first player disqualified due to 5 fouls. It is Kiara Okri for San Diego, so she's done for the remainder of this game. Johnson makes the first free throw, 2 for 2 on that trip, 74-63, 5:20 to play. Jordan Edwards across the timeline, picked up by Hiraki. She'll work off the screen of Eric Strupp and go to Sydney Hunter. Hunter dribbles in for an easier shot, but is offline with that. Hiraki for Johnson. Johnson crossover dribble, got all the way to the hoop. It's a game-high 13-point lead for Santa Clara.
Well, what a drive from Johnson. Attacking the glass, switching the sides of the court from right to left.
Edwards lost it, going to the hoop. Guess who? Hiraki involved in that scuffle. Johnson down to the floor to pick it up, hands it off to Veal, and Veal knows where her point guard is. Hiraki lost it to Gorman, who flips it over her head to Sydney Hunter. That's off the leg of Hunter and back to Santa Clara.
That's a tough one. Missed opportunity there. And watch Johnson just going right in at Steph Gorman. He starts on the right wing and then reversing the court to finish on the left side of the basket. Fantastic move.
Hiraki is fouled, turning up court.
That'll be the 5th. That's the 5th on Edwards. 2 players now out of the game with 5 fouls. They already lost Kendall Bird due to ejection.
Jordan Edwards befuddled at that call. Has fouled out. Just 15 minutes for the West Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year. 6 points. Made both of the shots she took. And it again will come down to the bench players for San Diego to try and work this rally. Veal to Hollingsworth. Back to Hiraki. Santa Clara, you would think, would be content to run some more time off this shot clock. Hiraki got her shot swatted by Martinson. And then Martinson runs in to Johnson and is fouled.
Boy, my goodness, look at the athleticism right here and the read by Martinson. Complete ball. Beautiful job rotating over that help side defender on the drive. A fantastic defensive play.
2 more free throws for Erica Martinson, who has played a large role in this game. That's her 10th free throw attempted, and it's short. 1 more, as she is now 6 of 10 from the charity stripe, 8 total points. Second is good.
Yeah, she struggled from the floor, just 1 for 7, but she's been aggressive and getting herself at the charity stripe.
Hiraki is bumped in the back by Steph Gorman. That's a heady play by Hiraki, who slowed down on purpose with her dribble, had Gorman bump into her back, and with the way that the whistles have been blowing in this game, why would it not be called right now? 2 shots for Ashley Hiraki, who is 1 free throw away, or free throw make rather, from hitting the 20-point mark. No good there.
You're exerting so much energy up and down the court and then stepping up. Sometimes just it's difficult on players. And it's not just a physical exertion, it's mentally. This has been a mentally exhausting game for both of these teams.
Martinson, her 3 was partially blocked, and oh no, Stafford just lost it out of bounds with Hollingsworth right there. Super fortunate break for San Diego.
Well, that's an ill-advised shot for sure. That's not what Cindy Fisher wanted, and she looked right at Erica Martinson and just said, what are you doing? It is not a shot in her offense. Let's get a higher percentage look.
That's a better look. Offensive rebound by Hunter, and she's fouled on the putback. This is almost comical. Free throw attempts 67 and 68 on the way. First is good from Hunter.
Hunter about 68% on the year at the free throw line, has taken and made the most by far on this team.
And Hunter has 20 points to equal Hiraki for Santa Clara for a game high.
She has 5 20 points or more games in the last 8 games. 5 of the 8 she has scored 20-plus points.
Veal, 3 from the right wing. That one is no good. Rebounded by Hunter. Her 7th rebound of the game. Quickly to Gorman. Martinson driving baseline left. Bounces to Laura Erikstrup. Working on Stafford. No good. But we're back to the free throw line.
San Diego trying to get something quick. And you don't have to come down and just throw up a 3-point shot. But when they can be aggressive, as you saw right there with Erikstrup, try to get something to the line. At least you're stopping the clock and getting back to the free throw line.
Stafford has fouled out for Santa Clara. Laura Erikstrup back to the free throw line. She's got 10 points. Shaylee Harris is into the game for Santa Clara, replacing Stafford, who just fouled out. First is good from Erikstrup. 10-point Santa Clara lead. It's single digits. If that one goes down, it does not. Bryce Nixon controlling for the Broncos. A lot of dribbling from Nixon. Now has Hollingsworth.
You see the hard hedge all the way up top where that big will come out on the pick on ball.
Hiraki spinning, leaves it short. Will go to Harris, and Harris overshot the layup.
It opens up the door just a little bit for San Diego.
Gorman, hand check foul on Hiraki.
Steph Gorman, 86% free throw shooter. These are crucial. These are the clutch free throws you got to knock down to try to close this gap this late in the game.
Steph Gorman, 2 shots.
Now Gorman makes the first. And you said it, Kristen. That belief now creeps in just a little bit more into the collective mentality for San Diego.
They cannot afford to trade points at this point. Trade baskets. They have to get stops each time down. There you go.
Stop and a turnover and a wide open layup for Martinson. It's a 6-point game. Bill Carr is going to call a timeout.
14 steals now for this Toreros team, and breathing a little bit more life, getting it done with their defense, which is what Cindy Fisher hangs her hat on.
77-71, 2:26 to play. Both teams in the double bonus.
It's just an easy pick right there for Martinson. Nixon getting a little careless with the ball, driving right into the help of the defense. Santa Clara with 19 turnovers in the game. And that was the big one, just to breathe a little more life for San Diego.
7-0 run for the Toreros. Wouldn't it be fitting and almost poetic, painfully poetic, but poetic if this game went into overtime?
Well, it went into overtime last Saturday, so why not? Why not do it again, right? I'm sure these players aren't exhausted. What are we on? An hour, 2.5 hours here?
Yeah. Let's play a little more basketball.
Well, San Diego, the last minute 15, about a 7-0 run. And that has started with their defense, getting it done.
I say that tongue-in-cheek with nothing but respect for both of these teams who have just absolutely battled here today.
And they're pouring out everything they have on the court. A lot of heart and emotion out there for both these teams.
The season is on the line. Santa Clara has not hit a shot from the field in almost 3 minutes. And that stretch will continue with the missed 3 from Veal. Under 2 minutes to play in the game. Martinson. You would think they would opt for Sydney Hunter here at some point. Horstmeyer. And gets the bounce. Okay, an unexpected source on that bucket right there. It's a 4-point game, 9-0 run for San Diego.
Off the bench, the sophomore, big-time shot late in the game.
Hiraki. And she's fouled by Hunter. Second personal foul on Sydney Hunter. Ashley Hiraki back to the free throw line where she's already attempted 15.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's a career high for her as well. We already talked about 20 points, but 15 free throws, making 11, another career high for Hiraki.
First. Oh, and that's a big make right there. Both.
That was a clutch.
Are just dead on from Ashley Hiraki.
So impressed with this sophomore and carrying the load at the point guard position for Coach Clara and what she's been able to do, particularly in the second half.
Now she's pressuring Gorman. Ball was tipped into the backcourt, and a timeout for Cindy Fisher in San Diego with 1:11 to play. 6-point Santa Clara lead.
Well, what a close call for Cindy Fisher's club, where they almost turned it over, and that kind of iced the game a little bit because you're so late in the game, you have to be able to execute and score. So saving the turnover with the timeout.
All right, with the Cindy Fisher timeout, we'll introduce you to our sub above player of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Ashley Hiraki, 22 points, career high. 13 made free throws. Yes, Kristen, career high. 17 attempted, couple of assists, a rebound. And you know what? She only has 3 fouls. So I feel like we should mention that.
Oh, absolutely. For how physical it's been. And she's been going against Jordan Edwards, and she's been going against Erica Martinson, 2 very physical guards up top. A complete game from her.
Here is San Diego, Eric Strupp. And she's fouled going to the hoop.
The entire bench for San Diego just trying to will that ball to go in. They wanted that one and a chance in an old-fashioned 3-point play. That would have really helped to get that one to go in. But these are crucial free throws for Eric Strupp.
Well, that's a tough call right there. And Hollingsworth fouls out. And she's letting her coach know about it. She said, I'm backing up. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. But, again, this is just the way the game has gone. Everything has been called over the last 3 quarters.
What I would say, yeah, at that 3-minute mark-ish in the second quarter when Van Allen went down, the whistles completely tightened up.
Absolutely. And the whistle blows right here. Is Veal fouled, or San Diego is pleading for a double dribble on Veal? It's a foul, and Merrill back to the free throw line for 2 more. 1:03 to play.
Well, she's been steady Eddie this entire game, a little bit quiet at times with 18 points, 13 rebounds, another double-double. Yesterday against Pacific had 20 and 10. Her 19th game in double figures.
One rims off. I can't recall a game where I've seen the number of free throws attempted close to the total number of field goal attempts from a team. But we're there. 41 free throw attempts for Santa Clara, 51 field goal attempts overall. Beal makes a big second free throw, and there's a foul as Martinson hits the deck. We're on average of about 6 or 7 seconds of game clock going off before another foul is called. So at that pace, Kristen, we are due for about 8 more foul calls in the last 57 seconds.
Yeah, that's underachieving, I think. It is so hard to get the flow when you're a player.
No flow.
There is zero flow to the game when it's stop and go, stop and go.
Martinson has already attempted 11 free throws. This is the 12th right here. And that's good. 5-point Santa Clara lead at 80-75. One more for Martinson, and she makes both.
Well, those were big. Makes that a 4-point game, 2-possession game.
Timeout on the floor. Cindy Fisher for 30 seconds wants to quickly discuss what she's going to do on defense here. Let's talk about the physicality and better yet show you some of the physicality of this game. 56 fouls, 56, and 80 free throws have been attempted.
I can't recall in my time as an announcer having that many free throws taken in a game. I think that's tops for you and I, Spencer. And just, we knew these two teams coming in were physical. We knew that we were going to see that full court pressure from both sides. The entire game it was coming from San Diego, but we've also seen it from Santa Clara up and down the court. Hard to get into a flow, and just right now they are battling physically, mentally, in a very emotional game on both sides.
All right, San Diego has devised their defensive game plan. Bill Carr and Santa Clara inbounded successfully to Merrill. She hands back to Hiraki. And Martinson picks the pocket of Hiraki, and a foul is called as they go to the floor. And is that 5 on Hiraki? Has she fouled out?
My goodness, what a play from the senior guard, Martinson.
Oh my goodness, what a turn of events here. Ashley Hiraki had the ball, her team up 4. And Martinson makes a huge play right there. So now Hiraki's going to have to sit down after her career best 22 points. 3 Santa Clara players have fouled out. Hiraki, Stafford, and Hollingsworth. Oakrey and Edwards have fouled out for San Diego. Bird was ejected in the first half. And Martinson makes the first free throw. It's a 3-point game, 48.9 seconds to play. Makes them both. 80-78. Bryce Nixon is the only primary ball handler on the floor and available for Santa Clara. Lindsey Van Allen injured in the first half as well. So 4 key players for the Broncos all on the bench.
San Diego does not have to foul right now. There's enough time. Just execute defensively.
Nixon bounces and scores it on a beautiful pass to Edmondson, who came flying in for the layup. Oh my goodness. Bryce Nixon had nowhere to go, but enough wherewithal to look for her cutting teammate Laura Edmondson, who finishes at the rim.
As she cuts to the basket right behind her defender, Sid Hunter, who loses sight of her. She was so focused on the ball, And it's too late. A heads-up play from Edmondson to make that back cut right to the basket, and it really just bailed out Nixon. Because Martinson had done a great job containing the dribble drive. She had stopped her. Well, what a play for Santa Clara.
Forcing another timeout. Listen to the players that are on the floor right now for Santa Clara and San Diego. It is bench heavy, to say the least. We have Anna Johnson, Merrill Veal, Shaylee Harris. It is Bryce Nixon and Laura Edmondson for Santa Clara.
They're just one starter.
No Van Allen, no Hiraki, no
Stafford.
No Stafford. Okay. Then you look at the San Diego side. You got Steph Gorman, Laura Erikstrup, Erica Martinson, Horstmeyer, and Sydney Hunter.
So two starters.
So 3 total starters on the floor right now in a 4-point elimination game with 25 seconds to play.
Well, 2 players make that 3 players on both sides fouled out of the game. 1 ejected.
And then Van Allen out with an injury.
And Van Allen out. I mean, it's...
Well, there are your 7 starters that are done.
The turn of events that we did not anticipate. And with that timeout, San Diego able to advance the ball, which helps a ton because you're not taking seconds off the clock to get up the court.
Gorman with the basketball. Looking for Martinson. Her 3 is blocked by Edmondson. Ball is loose and a foul is called on Santa Clara, which will send Martinson back to the free throw line. Bill Carr.
He is beside himself.
Going to lose his mind.
The block from Edmondson, and watch, they call this on Nixon.
How is that a foul on Bryce Nixon?
Big time block right there. That was what they were trying to get, was Martinson for a 3. Edmondson takes that away.
I mean, the ball's loose. It's just a loose ball. Like, I'm not sure how that's a foul on anybody.
But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised the call was made at this point in the game because of how the whistles have been going.
Martinson makes the first clutch free throw. 1 more. Oh, and that one bounces off. And the rebound is grabbed by Anna Johnson. Timeout Santa Clara with the ball and a 3-point lead. 16.7 seconds to play.
Johnson came into this game at 89% the free throw line, and it appeared that they might have tried to foul her, but they were just able to secure the ball. And so look for San Diego to really bring that pressure, but then have to foul quickly to stop the clock.
We are approaching 2.5 hours of game time, which is highly uncommon when you're talking about college basketball. This is not a baseball game or an extra inning softball.
Or football.
Or football, for that matter. This is a basketball game, and we could be playing longer. Who knows what's going to transpire in the final 16.7 seconds.
Well, when you shoot 84 total free throw attempts, it's bound to go a little bit over.
Tonight on the WCC Network, men's basketball back at it. The 5-seed BYU Cougars, very bubbly with their NCAA tournament resume on the men's side. They need a win against the 8-seed LMU to keep their tournament hopes alive and get to what they hope is a quad 1 opportunity in San Francisco. Ball is inbounded from Nixon to Veal. 0.9 seconds tick off the clock, and Veal with the 3-point lead will head to the free throw line.
Veal is 4 for 6 today at the free throw line, and she is an 84% free throw shooter coming in.
Veal, 19 points, make it 20.
Well, both teams with 0 timeouts, and so Cindy Fisher will not be able to advance the ball. Calling a timeout, they'll have to move quickly.
Huge free throw make there. Knocked them in both. 21 now for Veal. 84-79. Martinson. San Diego needs to go fast, and Martinson's 3 is way off. Not a good look. And Cindy Fisher visibly upset at the attempt right there. 6.2 to play. Santa Clara is going to win this basketball game as Johnson is fouled, dribbling up the left sideline. What a performance. As ugly and gritty and frustrating as it was, Santa Clara, without their best player and 4 starters out of the lineup right now because of injury or having fouled out, they're going to advance, just like LMU. The upset trend continues. The 9 seed LMU takes on the 4 seed Portland in tomorrow's quarterfinal, and Santa Clara, after 2 made free throws from Anna Johnson, will advance to take on San Francisco. The Santa Clara Broncos celebrate at midcourt. And after some heartbreak in the second quarter, losing Van Allen, this has to feel extra sweet for Bill Carr and